400 years ago, humans were at the height of prosperity, but fell into the darkness they created. They tried to use the power of darkness to correct their mistakes and erase war, but the darkness saw the world's true nature and brought it to the brink of destruction. A pillar of light appeared from the ground, and a flying, dragon-like creature appeared, facing the darkness. Their battle almost destroyed the earth, sinking continents and killing millions. In the end, the dragon was victorious. Years later, their battle became a legend, but as time passed, the story morphed into something else, and the truth was forgotten. 400 years later, the kingdom of Metallicana is under attack, led by the wizard Osborn. The kingdom wants to protect Princess Sheila Metallicana, who wonders who the attackers are, and is informed that it is the followers of the evil wizard Dark Schneider, the Dark Rebel Army. Lucian is scared and cries, but Yoko calms him down and gives him a piece of cloth to wipe his face. Sheila is informed that the enemy is too strong and that they will soon break their defenses. Yoko recalls her father teaching her a secret spell that she normally should never use unless it's the last possible option for the kingdom. If she uses it, it will break the seal on Lucian and his second identity will awaken, the Dark Schneider. As the enemy approaches, Sheila goes to Yoko and recalls that her father once sealed a powerful wizard that one day would protect them. Hearing about it, the men ask Yoko to release him, but she feels embarrassed by the spell. The gates are broken, and Osborn enters. Some ministers ran to him and gave him information on how to take the kingdom. Osborn thanks them and orders the giants to kill the men. While the giants kill whomever they see, Yoko feels embarrassed and activates the spell. An evil aura pours out of Lucian, who transforms into the evil wizard Dark Schneider. Osborn orders the ogres to attack him, but Schneider uses Damned and obliterates them. Yoko wonders if he is Lucian and if he is the reincarnation of Dark Schneider. Sheila asks him if he is Lucian, but Schneider turns away and realizes he has left. She chases him, and he explains that he must kill her father, who sealed him and started a war to conquer the world. He will kill anyone who gets in his way, but will spare her. In the meantime, the kingdom of Judas is under attack by the Dark Rebel Army. Kalsu receives a report that Osborn's army has been wiped out by a wizard who used venom, which Kalsu cannot believe, as venom disappeared when Dark Schneider was defeated 15 years ago. Asha's Nay hears that the Osborn has been defeated, but Gara doubts it, believing it was destroyed by venom. Abigail suggests sending Kevidub, the Hydra summoner, to verify the identity of the man who used venom. Gara agrees if Kevidub loses, but the other wizard is strong. If he becomes Schneider, Kalsu states they will send the whole army and crush the kingdom of Metallicana. Yoko dreams of being in a flower field with Dark Schneider, but her dream quickly turns into a nightmare as Schneider shows her the body of her father, and she gets surrounded by monsters. She wakes up and sees Lucian sleeping in her bed. She prepares breakfast for Lucian and hears thunder, and dark clouds are heading towards the castle. Her father, Gionoto Soto, calls them, feeling this is a bad omen and may need to break Schneider's seal again. A man from the kingdom of Judas brings news of their fallen kingdom to the Dark Rebel Army, who tells Metallicana's king that enemy units are heading towards their kingdom and are led by an evil wizard. Gio arrives and confirms that the approaching cloud is not natural. The king recognizes Yoko as the one who stepped in and helped the kingdom while he was gone. Sheila also thanks them, but Yoko tells her that Lucian doesn't remember anything, so there is no need to thank him. Kevidub reaches the kingdom and attacks it with a hydra, wondering how powerful the wizard who killed Osborn must be. Gio learns of the hydra attack in the city but knows that a hydra won't attack a human settlement on its own and must be under the influence of a powerful sorcerer. The men panic, wanting Dark Schneider to destroy the monster. Yoko agrees and she kisses Lucian, breaking the seal and turning him into Dark Schneider. The ministers send soldiers after Schneider, but he creates a wall of flame. Schneider turns turns to Gio, stating that he will be getting his revenge. Gio is surprised by Schneider's evil aura, but he scolds him and stops him. Schneider casts Ballvolt, but Gio uses defensive magic, Striper, which negates Ballvolt. Schneider also mentions that he won't be able to use magic, so they switch to hand-to-hand combat. Schneider turns towards Gio and sends the golem. Yoko asks Schneider to stop, as he isn't like Lucian, and he explains that he and Lucian are the same, and are the two sides of the same soul. If one of them dies, so will the other. Yoko kisses him, causing the golem to be deactivated, and Schneider to turn to Lucian. Yoko, the queen of Metallicana, is happy that Lucian has returned to normal. Gara realizes that Kevidub has lost, and Venom means Dark Schneider is back. He tells his men that Dark Schneider led them 15 years ago to conquer the world, and now protects the kingdom of Metallicana. The ministers wonder why he is against them, as they seem to be the greatest enemy they will ever face. Gara easily kills them. The kingdom has been surrounded by dark clouds for days, and the ministers ask if Gio is right about trying to resurrect the demon god. Gio explains that once Anthrasax almost wiped out humanity. Today, Anthrasax is sealed by 4 seals. If the first seal is broken, the demon god will awaken from stasis and create dark clouds on the horizon. The 4 royal families guard the seals, and the Judas family has guarded the first seal for generations. It is clear that the first seal is now broken, and humanity may head towards annihilation. One of the ministers is sure that Kal Su must be behind this. Kal Su visits Abigail and asks her father what kind of person Kal Su is. Gio explains that he is an evil sorcerer, one of Dark Schneider's close friends, and one of his 4 senior disciples. 15 years ago, he fought alongside Dark Schneider, and it is said that his power may now be even greater than Dark Schneider's. As the ministers discuss the situation and the fact that there are armies of demi-humans on the kingdom's border, Gara appears and tells them the kingdom will fall. In an instant, his ninjas appear and silently kill the guards. Gara goes to Yoko's room and she asks him who he is. Gara notes that Venom is an original Dark Schneider spell and that golems can only be controlled by those who summon them, which would mean Dark Schneider came to life. However, Gara is still surprised that Schneider would protect the kingdom. Lucian wakes up, wondering what is happening, but Yoko tells him to go back to sleep. Sheila Metallicana, one of the 4 divine kings, reveals she has been learning magic from Gio for a while now, and is ready to take Yoko's place and break Schneider's seal with a kiss. The king is against it. As in the royal family, a kiss is a sign of marriage. Sheila states she can't just do nothing, knowing she can help, and that Yoko has been working hard to protect the kingdom. Gio orders the men to take the king to his bedroom to calm him down. One of the ministers states that there is a risk that once they unseal Dark Schneider, he may join Kal Su. Another mention is that by kidnapping Yoko, Gara made himself an enemy of Dark Schneider. Gio states that Schneider has changed since living for 14 years as Lucian, making his personality intertwined with Lucian's. Yoko performs the spell and kisses Lucian, breaking the seal and summoning Dark Schneider. However, Dark Schneider is calm and silent, disappointed and confused that he let a woman he doesn't know kiss him. Gio tells him that Gara kidnapped Yoko, but Schneider already knows. He is asked to save her and bring her back, defeat the Divine Kings, and stop them from resurrecting the demon god. Dark Schneider and his men head to Gara's fortress, where Sheila Metallicana and her men join him. Gara chains Yoko in a pit, offering to let her go if she tells him how to break his seal. Sheila denies her love for Schneider, but he reveals that he has an interesting past and can tell her about his women's stories. As they approach the fortress, they are attacked by ninjas. Sheila, who knows how to use a sword, uses Anthem to defeat the ninjas. The ninjas are surprised that Schneider knows the secret path, but he shuts them up. Sheila's man comments that Anthem is a magic missile that never misses, and Dark Schneider ignores him. Yoko learns Lucian has been with 10 women, and Gara Gara reveals he has been alive for 4 centuries. Sheila is one of Dark Schneider's disciples and one of the 4 divine kings. She wonders if they are lovers, but Gara doesn't know the details. The slime, a special breed that melts clothes, appears in the pit, and Gara warns Yoko not to be too stubborn. The slime then jumps on Yoko. Dark Schneider's group reaches the fortress's front gates, and Sheila proposes entering through the front gate, which her men reject. Sheila uses Damned to blow up the door, and the ninjas notice it. Yoko's clothes are almost melted, and a ninja reports that a wizard-led group forced their way through the front gate. Gara suspects that it must be Dark Schneider. The ninjas want to teach them a lesson, but Gara stops them to see if they can escape the labyrinth of death on the lower levels of the fortress. Dark Schneider's group enters the front gate, and the men wonder where the ninjas are. A minotaur bursts through the door, and Schneider notices a ladder behind the minotaur and protects Sheila from the debris caused by the minotaur. They all run past the minotaur and head to the ladder. Schneider tells them he and Sheila will climb first, while the men stay and distract the minotaur. The men don't agree, but Schneider wonders if it's their duty to protect the princess and show their bravery. They all agree and turn to face the minotaur. As they climb, a Suzuki Dogazaimon appears and attacks them. Schneider guesses the passage between the dimensions opened up when Anthrasax was activated, causing a Suzuki Dogazaimon to materialize on their side. Yoko's clothes have melted, and Gara frees her, stating that the wizard is almost there and he can take her. Sheila watches them fight, but Yoko refuses, not wanting to let Lucian see her naked. Gara states that Schneider is doing whatever he wants, and even if he wants to conquer the world, that doesn't mean he wants Gara by his side. Schneider uses Damned on the Dogazaimon, but it isn't strong enough to defeat it. Sheila notices Schneider is in a hurry and isn't as confident as he is when he faces Geo. Sheila sees a red sword and picks it up, slashing at Dark Schneider, wounding him. Schneider realizes they put a potent poison on the blade and asks Sheila to suck it out of his wound. Yoko asks Gara why they are trying to resurrect Anthrasax, and Gara reveals they want to use her power to destroy the current world order and build a new kingdom where they are in control. Gara states they know a way to control her and can spare those who obey them. Gara thinks Schneider should be done in the labyrinth by now, but there is one last tough obstacle. Gara wonders if Schneider has enough magic to defeat the demon god in the sword. Sheila feels embarrassed and responsible for Schneider's condition, so she starts sucking the poison out of his wound. At the same time, the demon god, Ifrit, comes out of the sword, wondering who disrupted his sleep, and states they will pay with their lives. Ifrit wakes up using guns and row, but Dark Schneider protects himself and Sheila. Gara explains that clerics and wizards use 4 types of magic depending on their power source. Dark Schneider employs primarily spirit and dark magic, specializing in wind elemental plane lighting magic and fire elemental plane flame magic. Gara confirms he cannot defeat Ifrit with his fire magic because he is from the fire elemental plane. Ifrit hits Schneider with Hellion, and Gara believes the fight has begun. Sheila's men defeat the Minotaur and reach the stairs from which magma flows. Schneider is mocked by Ifrit for wasting his life and being burned to death. Schneider launches himself and hits Ifrit with Exodus. Schneider uses his Hellion spell to help himself, which surprised Ifrit. Schneider smashes through the wall with Ifrit, who accepts defeat and a new owner. Schneider grabs the sword and yells at Gara to bring him his woman. Gara, pleased with his victory over Ifrit, is surprised to see Yoko, a pervert, and even more surprised to discover that he has feelings for him. He asks for a sword and magic battle to demonstrate his strength over the last 15 years. Yoko, a virgin, is taken aback when she discovers she has feelings for him. Schneider's feelings for Yoko are teased by Gara, who reveals that he likes virgins and has lied about her virginity. Yoko is irritated and yells that everything he said was a lie.
Gara questions whether Schneider will still love her now that she is no longer a virgin. Schneider conjures a spell that fuses earth and air spirits, resulting in Mega Death. Schneider blocks Gara's Shin Majinken, a powerful attack. Gara falls as the castle crumbles. Schneider constructs a shield to protect Yoko and Sheila. Schneider lied to Gara, leading him to believe he had no more spells. Sheila arrives with her dragon, Lars, and Gara concedes defeat. Yoko reveals that he loves her and doesn't mind if he isn't her first love. Schneider becomes irritated when Yoko calls him an idiot. Gara informs Yoko that the rebel army's 3rd unit is attacking Metallicana, and she wonders what Schneider will do. Lars notices that Dark Schneider hasn't changed and wonders if he has forgotten who Lars is, because it would hurt him. Kalsu is informed about Gara betraying them and losing his castle, and doubts that he will simply betray him. He tells the man to give the message to Arshesne, one of the 4 kings, known for her merciless nature and great swordsmanship. Kalsu believes she won't fall for Dark Schneider's tricks, but they would have to kill him if Dark Schneider had turned against them. Metallicana is under attack, and one of the ministers informs the king that they are managing to hold and that Kalsu will soon agree to negotiate. However, Geo doubts that Kalsu will agree to a peaceful resolution. One of the men informs Arshesne that a messenger from Metallicana came and brought a letter requesting a peace talk. Ne orders the messenger to be killed and his body to be returned. Ne receives another message from Kalsu, who orders her to kill Dark Schneider. Ne wonders what happened with Gara, as he was assigned to look into the Dark Schneider rumor. She learns that Gara had defected and that his army had disappeared when the castle fell. Ne awakens in a forest, wondering if this is a dream. Dark Schneider appears in front of her, stating that this is the place they first met. Ne figures this is an illusion spell, and she recalls taking Ne when she was a kid and when she got separated from her tribe in the war. She reminds him that they are enemies now and wonders what he wants. A dark elf and evil wizard, Schneider doesn't expect to fall for her traps. Lars is surprised that Ne didn't join them and thinks she can lay traps for him. Schneider doesn't expect to fall for her traps, but he thinks that a dark elf and an evil wizard are a funny combination. Lars kicks him and asks why is he following him, as he should have stayed with Yoko or Gara. Schneider hears a girl screaming for help and jumps in to help. They see a giant spider chasing her, and Schneider jumps in. The spider turns into a paper talisman, and Lars wonders who else can use it. The girl thanks Schneider and wishes to repay him, and she guesses he has been traveling for a while and can come and rest there. Ne is taken to a mansion where she meets her grandfather, who is a local lord. The girl, the daughter of a local lord, is taken to a mansion where she has dinner with her grandfather. The girl tells Schneider that she is the daughter of a local lord, and he believes her that she is the daughter of a local lord. On the other hand, Lars is annoyed by Schneider's actions and kicks him at dinner. Schneider is eating, and he is eating like crazy. Noting that magic uses a lot of energy, the girl wonders why he is in the mountains and hopes it isn't related to the battle at Metallicana. The region is under Ne's control, but the people here live peacefully and haven't fled. The girl enters and explains that her family has a tradition that when someone saves an unwed daughter, she will give him her virginity. Schneider accepts this and is surprised by the girl's mark on her skin from wearing armor. One of the 3 sorcerer generals, Sean Ari, uses talisman magic, but it isn't strong enough to resurrect the high ancient magic, and she wonders why he hadn't killed her when he had the chance, and Schneider explains that he is a liar and figured it out long ago. Sean Ari tells Schneider that he isn't like what she imagined, and that Ne is determined to kill him if he proceeds. She begs him not to go, as she doesn't want him to die and wishes to see him again. Schneider tells her that when the marks on her armor are gone, he will make her feel even better than last night. As Schneider and Lars leave, Nye asks if he did it, but Schneider kicks him and thinks he has bad luck. Nye receives news that Sean Ari has fallen, making her realize talisman magic isn't enough to defeat Schneider. Nye wonders if Sean Ari is dead, but the man says she let Schneider escape and disappear.
Nai is sure that Schneider seduced her, and she angrily smashes the table. Lars wonders why Dark Schneider isn't heading towards Metallicana, but Schneider explains that he is clearing the mess his family member made. They see human statues, and Lars guesses he is going after Medusa. A woman appears, claiming to be one of the 3 sorcerer generals, Kai Harn, and is here to kill him. Thanks for watching. If this series is the most liked of my anime recap productions, I will make a part 2. Also, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to help me make more content.